Hey everybody. I'm just gonna apologize because I'm kind of stuffy. So if I'm clearing my throat and sniffling a little bit, I apologize in advance. Yesterday, I shot a makeup tutorial with Miss Caitlin Hunt, and I'll have a video with Miss Robin. And I apologize also if you hear my dogs in the background. The neighbors are outside with their dogs, so they've been crying. Anyways, but I shot a makeup tutorial with Caitlin yesterday, and the lighting wasn't very good. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot one for my face. This is for stage. It's going to look really intense. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, this is for levels 1 and up. Anybody who is in developing cores 1 and 2, you are only going to put powder on their face as well as a pinky blush, not anything too bright or mauve-y. So this one would be a good color. Maybe something with a little bit of shimmer in it, and a nice eyeshadow as well, a really shimmery, pretty eyeshadow. This is Shroom by MAC. If you can see it, it's one of my absolute favorites, just a little bit on their lid, as well as some mascara, and then some pink gloss or lipstick. Little ones do not need a whole bunch of makeup. You do want to brighten up their cheeks and open up their eyes. And I'll go ahead and say the reason why we do all of this makeup and we do the lashes and everything is because when you get on stage and you get under those lights, you look like a ghost. We can't see your face. Another thing, make sure that before you do your makeup that your skin is clean and you've moisturized, and you want to make sure that you moisturize 30 minutes prior to putting your makeup on. You don't want to put your makeup on right after you moisturize because it'll slip and slide around. If you plan on taking a lot of pictures that day with a flash, with your family, like some of you might take pictures with Santa, because Santa will be at the show, but only if the kids are good this week. Millie, be quiet, baby. Anyways, but if you are going to take a lot of pictures, don't use a moisturizer that has an SPF in it because it'll make you have ghost face as well. So I've just put on a simple Olay moisturizer. I've been using it forever. It's the best. I'm going to go ahead and start. I am going to use a primer. You don't have to use a primer, but if you are in a lot of dances, it's really good to put primer on your face because if you start sweating, your makeup's going to stick to your face. It's not going to move. I'm using L'Oreal Magic Lumi. If you have dry skin, this is really good. If you do not have dry skin, if your skin is more oily, don't use something that is a light reflecting primer because in the lights you're going to look kind of shimmery. My skin is really, really dry right now, and I'm breaking out, of course, because it's dry. So I'm just going to put just a pump in my hand and warm it up with my fingers, and I'm going to press it into my skin. Another thing, and I'm going to try to talk to you guys while I'm doing this, so it's going to sound kind of funny sometimes, but another thing that you want to make sure of when you're putting your makeup on, your foundation, your primer, everything, you don't want to rub it around your skin. You want to press it into your skin so it sets evenly. And like I said, the reason why we're putting this primer on, it will help that makeup set evenly into your skin. See how it's kind of luminous? And this is drugstore. I got it at Kroger for nothing. So, but yeah, it gives you a nice dewy glow. And I'm going to need this because, like I said, my skin's real dry. You should see my dogs right now. Like my background, my Christmas tree. Makes me happy. Alright, so next I'm going to use, this is Hourglass Veil foundation. I'm very pale, so I have to switch a lot because in summertime I get tan and then I get really pale really quick. I'm going to put just 2 pumps on the back of my hand. That's all I'm going to need. And I'm going to use, this is just a flat top foundation brush. Make sure your brush is synthetic that you're using for foundation because it won't pick up a whole bunch of the product and soak into your brush. So I'm just going to press this into my brush, and then I'm going to start pressing it into my skin, starting with my cheeks. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Like I said, I look like a ghost, but what do you do? I'm very pale. And again, I apologize for my sniffles. I went to the Renaissance Festival with my mom on Saturday, and I was outside all day. And then we went to the Texans game on Sunday, and I was outside all day because they had the roof open. And sure enough, it's messed with my allergies. So this is the perfect week for me to be sick like this, isn't it? So again, I'm just pressing this into my skin. I'm not rubbing around, and I'm trying to go in like a circular pressing motion. Babies, what? You hear this? It's pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. They act like they're, you know, they're so underfed or they want TREATs right now. Anyways, make sure when you're doing your little one's face, if you're doing their makeup, there's little tricks you can do how to make this face. Yeah. So you get all those lines, all those creases. And I'm making all the faces. So you just kind of have to talk to them. Some of them who hate makeup, don't be afraid to be silly. I've always found that is, it works a lot better. Have a lot of fun with them. Have somebody else do their makeup, another mommy. Switch kids and do their makeup because they're less likely to give someone else attitude, someone that they trust, another mom that you might be friends with. I'm going to put just a little bit on my eyes, but I am going to put concealer on my eyes. You don't have to do that. So if you want to, you can put concealer on your eyes to set your eyeshadow, or you can just dab your foundation over it. Don't worry about what's going on with your eyebrows because we're going to put a little bit of, you can either use shadow or liner or an eyebrow pencil on your eyebrows. You don't have to, especially for our little ones. I mean, this is just a quick, get on stage. So you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Yes. Very good. Anyways, next I'm going to go ahead and move on to putting my concealer on my eyes. I'm using Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. There's a really good Revlon one. You want to make sure that it's not like a heavy set concealer that we're putting on our eyes because it will kick up underneath there. And I'm going to show you something that I use to apply my concealer with. I'm just going to put it on my finger on my eyes. I'm just going to dab it on here, and I need to use my little mirror that I have down here for this so I make sure I get it everywhere. But I'm going to dab it on my eyes, and I'm just going to blend that in all over my lid. And then I'm going to, underneath my eye, I'm going to come down in this direction, and then I'm going to bring it over. So I'm coming in a V from my nose to the outside of my eye. And then I'm not blending it or anything. I'm going to just wipe it this way just a little bit, but I'm not wiping under my eye. You do not want to do that when you're putting concealer on under your eye, or else you will see it when you set your final makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. You can get these at Sephora. They also have versions of them at Walgreens. And I dampened it up and squeezed it out. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to press this into that concealer to set it. And it'll pick up any excess product if I've used too much concealer, so you don't get all those little lines underneath your eyes. You know when you put on your concealer and then you go and you put your eyeshadow on and you see all those little lines in the makeup that have set into the natural lines on your face. You want to try to get rid of all that excess product so it doesn't settle like that. So again, I'm sorry I'm sniffly. I apologize. Anyways, what do we do? So like I said, make sure you really pick up all that excess product that you have used if you have. I have a heavy hand. I can't, that's what I do. All right, good. So next I'm going to go ahead and set my my under eye concealer. I'm using from the MAC Pro, I can't remember the name of this color, but it is a white powder, and then there's one right next to it that's more of a pinky shade. Can y'all see that? I'm going to mix those two together. And I'm going to set my under eye concealer. And again, when you are putting on anything on your face, you don't want to rub. You never want to rub. And as I'm sitting here itching my nose, you want to press it into your skin, because if you rub it in, you're going to see all that. So I'm going to get right on the outside of my eye, and I'm going to press this underneath and into the corner, and I'm going to bring it up my nose. And we're going to set the rest of our foundation in a minute. I just like to do this first. I'm mixing them together. And again, on the outside outer corner, and then bring it in and just press it in. And then I'm going to do the same thing on my lid. Also, another thing, when you're putting concealer on your lid, you want to make sure that it is your skin tone or a little bit lighter, because if you do a darker color, it's not going to make your shadow pop as much, just FYI. So can you tell I watch a lot of makeup tutorial videos on YouTube? And I'll link some stuff too. Like if you wanted to browse, or if you're interested in contouring your face, which we're going to do a light contour today just to make sure our blush isn't like crazy. But if you're interested in doing any of that stuff, I'll link a really good makeup artist, Jaclyn Hill. She's my favorite. Thank you, Robin Hinojosa. So anyways, but yes, I'm going to go ahead and set this with the same colors. I like to mix the two together because my skin has pink undertones in it, and that white, it looks really silly on me. I'm going to take the whiter one, and I'm just going to highlight my Cupid's bow right here, the bridge of my nose just a little bit, as well as my forehead. I'm just going to press that in just to highlight it. And I typically do this last, but it's right in front of me. There's no rules. It doesn't matter. We'll try and do this as quick as possible. Next, I'm going to use this Revlon Photo Ready powder, and I'm going to set my whole face with it, and I'm just using a big fluffy brush. can't talk today. If you're on stage, you're under those lights and you're gonna sweat. So most days I don't put powder on my face. I don't usually wear like foundation. I wear like a BB cream, because I'm dancing, so there's no point. But when you're on stage, you do want to set your foundation, even if you do have more dry skin. And that's why I used a primer and a moisturizer, because you're going to start sweating under those lights no matter what. It gets really hot on stage, and then you'll start looking oily. So make sure you have your powder with you as well if you're in multiple dances and you start getting sweaty, so you can just kind of tap and powder your nose. So I'm just going to go ahead and press this into my cheeks, all over my face. I love this stuff, this Revlon Photo Ready powder. I like high-end makeup. I'm a makeup snob. I'll go ahead and admit it. And this powder is like best powder I've ever used, and it's from the drugstore. So, and same with the Magic Lumi primer. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so I'm just gonna make sure that that's set into my skin, and I am going to contour. What? Why, Miss Brittany? Well, the reason why I'm going to contour today is because when I put my blush on, it's going to be pretty intense, right? Because we're on stage. So make sure when you go on stage, you don't want to have too little makeup on. And I know you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's too much. It's not, I promise. Once you get in those lights, I promise it's not. So I'm just going to take a bronzer. This is, I told you, makeup snob. This is from MAC, and I'm going to use this darker one right here, because like I said, we're going on stage. Typically, I wouldn't use that dark, but this is also my stage makeup kit as well. So I'm just going to get some of the product on my brush, and I'm going to go in my cheek. So I'm going to make this face, and I'm going to come from my ear to about right here, and I'm going to blend it backwards. Don't go forwards. Ready? Here we go. And I'm squeezing my brush to make a harsher line, and then I'm going to blend it out. Good. Now you're just going to take your brush and you're going to start blending that upwards. Don't blend it down. You're going to start blending it upwards into your cheek. Like so. I'm going to continue with this side, and then I'll move on to the other side. Then I'm going to get my forehead. I need to put my palette down. I'm going to get my forehead right here, just my temples. Up in the top of my forehead. Again, I'm squeezing this brush, and I'll carry it over as well. And then I'm going to blend that out nicely. I'll do the other cheek. So again, squeeze. You make a funny face, and you can make, you can tell them to make a funny face and make a silly fishy noise, whatever. I'm blending it up into my ear from about right here. You don't want to go all the way over, but you're going towards your mouth and from your ear in this angle, finding your cheekbone. And then I'm going to blend it up into the cheek. Now you're starting to see my face, yes? Because I do. I look like a ghost on camera. What do you, like I said, what do you do? And then I just want to get underneath here. Another thing that you want to make sure of when you put your foundation on, you want to get it on your neck so you don't have a line of demarcation right here. And if your ears tend to get red, you can carry it over a little bit onto your ears. You want your foundation to match the color of your neck. You don't in your chest, everything, every color of your skin. My face gets paler than my body, so I have to get a little bit darker foundation. And again, since we're on stage, we'll go ahead and darken this up a little bit. Like I said, in real life, I wouldn't typically do it this dark. When do I really wear like people clothes or like real makeup? I try to do my makeup nice on a daily basis, but sometimes, I mean, I'm just going to dance, so it's like, what's the point? There isn't really one. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and move on to my blush. This blush I have been using since I was 16 years old. It's my favorite. It's called Pinch Me from MAC. I use it daily, and I only use a little bit, and then you can darken it up, so it is a really good blush. It's universal. We get it for the dance company, and it looks good on all skin tones. Because like I said, you can put it on lighter, you can darken it up. I'm going to darken it up today because like I said, I'm going to have to go wash all this off before I continue with my day. But no big deal. So I'm going to press this into my brush, and I'm going to smile and put it into the apples of my cheeks and blend towards that bronzer that we've put on. I'm going to press it into my skin and then blend it out. Don't be afraid, like I said, to go a little bit heavier handed with your blush, with any of your makeup today. Okay, alright. Let me just check, make sure it's all blended. Dino! Sorry about that. See, I'm telling you, this is what I deal with every day. So, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my eyeshadow. I'm just going to use a soft brown color, and that literally is the name of the color. There's a palette from Revlon that is, that is really good. And I cannot remember the name of it, but it has a darker brown, a lighter brown, and then a really nice shimmery shade, and you can find it at Walgreens, and I think it's like $7. It would be perfect for this. You can get black if you want to. I'm not going to use black on myself, just because I'm not a huge fan of using black eyeshadow. I feel like you can blend enough and make it smoky enough with all the other colors. But you can get a black if you want to achieve what we're going to do, and I'll tell you when you can use your black. If you take this soft brown, and I'm just going to pack it into a nice fluffy brush, it's literally called soft brown, it's from MAC, and I'm going to start in my crease on the outer corner, and I'm going to bring that color in, and once most of it has gotten off of my brush, I'm going to start blending it over. And I'm coming from the corner of my eye up towards my brow. So we're really making a nice almond shape on stage. This will open up your eyes more if you make a nice almond shape, so it looks more of like a wing coming out. And the most important thing you want to do is blend, because if you don't blend, it's going to look like a hot mess, just by the way. And again, more soft brown, so I'm coming into this corner, getting most of the color on the corner, and then I'm going to start blending it. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see. I'll start blending it. Very nice. I love this color. It's so pretty. Love makeup. Makes me happy. Alright, next I'm going to take a liner brush like this. And I'm going to use another color called Handwritten. It's a darker brown color. If you want to, like I said, you can use black. But I'm going to use this Handwritten color, or you can use a more cranberry color depending on your skin tone. This is what's in the Dance Company's kit. Sketch is the name of this color. I love Handwritten. I use it every single day of my life. Every single day of my life. And Wedge, if you're want good suggestions on eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pack it into my brush, and then I'm going to follow my bottom lash line right here up towards my brow, and I'm just going to create a line right here. And I'm pushing it as close as I can into my lash line. And I'm going to continue that over about halfway on my eye. We are going to add eyeliner. This is just to make the eye a little bit more smoky, but we're going to use shadow, on the bottom instead of using eyeliner, and it's a lot easier, believe it really is. Same thing on the other eye. So I'm going to follow, again, this bottom lash line up towards my brow, towards the tip of my brow, and I'm just creating a line right here. Like so. If you feel like you are going to have a lot of fallout when you're doing your eyeshadow and you're worried that it's going to get into your foundation, you can do your eyes first and then do your foundation, which I do sometimes. Most days, actually, I do that. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. This video is already 20 minutes. I apologize. I talk a lot. My students know that. Very good. Then I'm just going to take a more stiff brush, and I'm going to blend that out and up into what I've already created with that soft brown. So it does give that like winged, that like almond effect on the outside. Then I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I'm going to use MAC Shroom, and I don't want this to be too, you don't want to have too much shimmer. This is a really good color. Because the shimmer on stage, it takes away from the final look, so you really do not want to put too much shimmer. But I'm just going to highlight the inner corner right here. I'm going to press it in, and I'm just going to drag it over a little bit into that color. And then same thing on this eye, press it in, and then just drag it over. I'm going to do brow bone. And this is just a nice big fluffy brush from Sephora that I've had forever, and I use it every day. It's perfect. And then I'm going to come into my inner corner and just press that in. Inner corner, press it in. And then I do this again after I do the bottom, and I'll show you what I do on the bottom, and it's really, really easy. So I'm going to take that same liner brush that I used before, and I'm going to press it into that darker brown color, whatever you choose to use, and then underneath my eye, and I'll try to get as close as I can so you can see, and I'll look in my mirror here. Under my eye, I'm going to lightly press it into my lash line, following that same line that we used up here. So it all blends together. I'm going to press it and drag it over. Instead of, and you can do this with black if you feel like it needs to be darker, instead of putting eyeliner on the bottom and irritating your eye, I'm just going to do this step. I'm bringing it over to this tear duct right here. I'm not bringing it all the way over into the corner of my eye. Like so. Easy peasy. Same thing on the other eye. And again, don't be afraid to darken it up because we're going on stage. I'm going on stage today, everybody. Just kidding. Very nice. Then I'm just going to take a flat liner. Well, it's angled, but it's flat liner brush, and I'm going to go back with that soft brown, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit so there's no harsh lines. Then I'm going to take that same brush that I use the highlight with the shroom or whatever highlight you want to use, and I'm going to put it up on that just the outer corner, and it helps really define that line that we've created with the liner. Good. So eyeshadow, easy peasy. If you want it darker, it can be darker. Whatever you want to do, but we are putting on liner and lashes as well, so we don't want it to be too crazy intense because you really want to see that pop. And again, the reason why we put lashes on is because it really opens up your eyes and makes your eyes pop, and you'll see in a minute. So that's all for your eyes and your face, except for the hard part. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, when you put your eyeliner on, when you're putting eyeliner on for your kiddo, make sure that they are comfortable, for one, because they're going to have to keep their eyes closed for a while, that they know what's about to happen. You tell them, touch their face first before you go in to do the liner. I'm coming at you, whatever, because they'll do this. And I've had so many little faces get messed up, and we've done all the other stuff. And I've had so many little faces get messed up, and we've had to pretty much, start over and clean it up with a makeup wipe because they've gotten nervous because you're coming at them with this gooey stuff in their eyes. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do this in a kind of a wing. Do not be afraid to put this on thick because you're putting on lashes. And the kind we're using they're from the drugstore. They're Ardell. They're amazing. I love them. But since we're putting lashes on, you want to put your eyeliner on thicker, and you want to put your eyeliner on first. Do not put your lashes on and then your eyeliner, because if you put your lashes on before your eyeliner, you can see like the color underneath, and it won't look as nice. So I'm going to go ahead again and follow this lash line right here on the bottom, my bottom lash line, and I'm going to follow that eyeshadow that I've already done, and I'm going to create a line going up towards my brow, like so. There is a really good, like that. There's a really good eyeliner brush or an eyeliner pen from, I think it's Revlon, and it's Master Precise, and it is the best eyeliner brush I've ever used on kids. If you can find them at Walgreens, buy 100 of them. If you, because they're amazing. And I literally, when I put it on them, I'm like, and I'm done. It takes me 5 seconds an eye to do it. I can slop on eyeliner so quickly. That doesn't mean come find me at the holiday show and ask me to do it, though, because I'm going to be running around doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyways, so yes, I created this line here. I'm going to continue it over, and I'm going to let it thin out a little bit as I continue to bring it this way. But I am going to, oh, and see, there you go. I am going to bring it all the way in. And if you have a little mess up like I just did, just wipe with your finger or Q-tip. And then I'm only going to take a little tiny bit on the inside right here. I'm going to connect this line to my lower lash line. And I need more because there's not enough. I'm just going to connect this into my lower lash line like so, using the very end of the brush. So it creates that nice wing up towards the brow. Like that. Yes? Lovely. I'm going to do the same thing to the other. I'm running out of this stuff. Use the same thing for the other eye. I did everybody's makeup. I had a performance a few weeks ago, and I did everybody's makeup, and I used that eyeliner. So again, I'm going to follow this lower lash line up towards my brow, and I'm just going to create a wing out here, like so. And then I'm going to connect it over, like that, and I'm just going to follow, getting as close as I can into my lash line. And all the way into the corner. And like I said, you want them to keep their eyes closed. Right now, I'm continuing to keep my eyes averted, so I'm not opening them up, because they'll open them, and then you'll get liner up here in this crease, and then you have to start your eyeshadow all over again, and it's a mess. So make sure they keep their eyes closed. I like to do, when I'm doing their makeup, I do the top liner first, keep their eyes closed, put lashes on, and then I go back and do the bottom liner, and then I do mascara. So top liner, lashes, bottom liner, mascara. Yes. All right, and then again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect this just a little bit on the bottom into what we've already started. But I'm not bringing it all the way over. I'm only bringing it about halfway. So just where we're connecting that line. Oh, my nose. Very nice. Very good. Yes. Easy peasy. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to lashes, and I can't find my glue, so you can look at my Christmas decorations really quick while I find my eyelash glue. See my owl in the background? I think some of the girls got that for me, and I put a, here it is. I put a Santa hat on it, so my owl was festive, because he stays on the record player all year long. Record player, radio. Millie, drop it. She has a napkin in her mouth. I'm telling you. It's a zoo in here. All right, so these are Ardell Glamour Lashes. I got these at Walgreens. The best kind are the demis. I think the number is 120. Miss Robin said yesterday when we filmed the other makeup tutorial that you're not going to see it because you can't see what's happening. But these are also demi lashes, but they are thicker. They're very, very thick. And I get eyelash extensions on, so I already have lashes on, so this is unnecessary for me, but I'm going to do it and show you how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of tweezers, and I'm going to take my lash, and this is the left one, and I'm just going to get it in the middle. I'll put it against my face so you can see it's a little caterpillar. I'm just going to put it here in the middle, so I'm holding on to this lash. When I put my lashes on, typically I don't use tweezers, I just kind of set them on there, but this is what you should do on your kiddo because it makes it a lot easier to place it properly. So I'm going to take this glue. This is Kiss eyelash glue. It is the best, I swear by it. Revlon has a good one. But this one, it stays on, it will not come off. So on the inside of my lash, here's the outside, this is the inside, I'm going to take this part of the applicator, and I'm going to just rub it lightly on the lash. So you're only getting a little bit of glue. You do not need a whole bunch, and it will irritate their eyes. See, like, you can see like there isn't a whole, like even in the middle, like that's too much. We don't need all that glue. So I'm just gonna blow on it for a minute to let it get tacky. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to close my eye, and I'm going to set the lash on the middle of my eye. I can't do this looking down. I'm gonna have to look up, and I will try to do this as easily to where you can see it as possible. But yes, I'm just going to set it. Nope. I'm going to set it in the middle of my eye, like that. No, I have to do it without tweezers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm just going to set it here in the middle of my eye, like so. Yeah, so there it is. In the middle of my eye, it's hanging out. And then we're done. I'm just kidding. So what you're going to do from there is you're going to take your fingers or your tweezers, and you're just going to press it into the corner, and then press it onto the outer corner. Now, for some of the younger ones, I'll just warn you, you might have to cut their lashes down because, like I said, they're little and their eyes are smaller. So if you have to do that, do not cut from the inside of the lash, cut from the outside of the lash. Because some lashes, especially the Demi 120s, can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just like down in this, I'm all up in this mirror, you can't even see anything. But yeah, the Demi 120s, they're shorter on the inside. So you don't want to cut from the inside, you want to cut from the outside. And there you go. And there is an eyelash for you. Perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and put on the other one. I'll try to do this a little bit better this time. It's really hard putting on eyelashes when there's a camera in front of your face. I mean, because I'm used to like sitting here in my mirror and like putting them on. Like that one's not even, it's not great. Alright, so again, I'm going to set it in the middle of my eye, like so. And then I'm just going to use the other end of my tweezers, and I press it down into the corner and on the outside, as close to the lash line as possible. And I'll get up close. See, now it's popping off. Good. And I kind of take my tweezers and I pinch my lashes together just a smidgen. If you're doing this yourself, that's an option. If you're doing it with a kiddo, good luck to you. Depending on how well they would receive you doing something like that. Then I'm not going to put mascara on my lashes, but next you would put your mascara on. The reason why we do this is because it opens up, and I will use a spoolie and do it. It opens up your eyes more, and it bonds your lashes together. Yeah? Ooh, it's crazy. Alright, I'm going to do really quick brows. You can take some brown powder and you can brush them through your brows if you want to, or you can take a brow pencil, start here on the bottom, and I'm not defining them, I'm not doing anything special, I'm just darkening them up just a smidgen. I see a difference. I just have powder on my brows, and that's the problem. I'm just trying to get rid of that foundation-y powder effect, because on stage you will not see my eyebrows, and it'll look really funny. Like so. Fabulous. Very good. And I'm just going to use a little bit of, I'll use another spoolie, a clean spoolie, and go through them and brush them up. And then use some brow gel. This is Anastasia. Jaclyn Hill has got me hooked on this stuff. And like I said, I will link her brow tutorial if you're all about doing your brows. I never do my eyebrows. I just don't do it. Fabulous. Very good. Also, make sure you put on your mascara on the bottom. People are like, why? I hate putting mascara on the bottom. Use a good waterproof one. This is a Maybelline one. Really tiny little brush. And it looks funny if you do not put mascara on the bottom. For years, I never put any mascara on the bottom of my lashes. And it looks really weird, because when you have these little hairs, it looks really funny. Of course, you can't see that on stage, but it makes your eyes open up even more when you put your mascara on the bottom. Yes, very good. So, next, I'm going to do my lips. This stuff is from, I think this is Revlon. It's Super Stay. It's 24-hour color. We use Ruby Woo from MAC. That is a fantastic, it is the perfect red lip color. It's also like really expensive. There's a cherry lip liner. That's the name of the lip liner from MAC that goes with it. It's really good as well. It does stay on for a really long time. This stuff, I wore it yesterday to the studio. It was red lipstick day for me. I was stressed out, so I put on my red lipstick. This stayed on until I got home. So this color is, what is this color? God, that's so small. How do they expect you to read this? All Day Cherry. Exactly. See, there you go. But this is a really good color, and they have an even redder one if you want to put an even redder one on. But I mean, it's a simple application. So when you put your lipstick on, you have to define your Cupid's bow, and that really makes your lips pop. So draw an X from this part to this part, like so. Ooh, and then you're done. I'm just kidding. Done that twice now. That joke's getting old, huh? Anyways. I wonder what Millie's chewing on over there. I should probably check. You guys are friends with me on Facebook. You saw the couch. We're working on it. Slowly but surely. Yeah, and then you want to start here on the bottom and then bring it up. Now this stuff, you have to let it dry. So it's one of those. But once it dries, again, it does not come off. And I'm going to blend it with my finger. Just to make sure there's no, weird stuff going on. Alright, that's that. If you want to, you can use a makeup setting spray. This is Fix Plus from MAC. If you also want to, you can add a little bit of highlight to your cheekbones. A really good highlight is, this is Bare Minerals Pure Radiance. I use it all the time. Or you can take your eyeshadow color that you use, that shroom or whatever you use, and you can get a little bit on your brush and tap it into your cheekbones, chin, Cupid's bow, and forehead. Don't do your nose for stage because it'll make your nose look big. So I'm just going to set my makeup with my makeup setting spray. Oh, it smells so good. It's like cucumber and deliciousness. It smells fantastic. And let that dry. Do not, if you have your mascara on and everything, don't move your eyes up when you put your makeup setting spray on, and then you are good to go. And I will link a whole bunch of information in the description bar. So sorry this video is so long, but I hope that helped everybody. I know it's stressful. Oh, and there's another tip that I forgot to tell you guys. When you're putting on your kids' eyelashes, if they get really nervous about it, if you sit down Indian style and you put a pillow in your lap and have them sit in front of you and then lay back, close their eyes and let them relax and put their eyelashes on from above, they will be perfectly calm. Promise. You just have to be patient. And I know it's difficult, but you do just have to be patient. And another thing, this comes with a gloss on the other side. So once you let it dry after about 5 minutes and you put it on, you're good to go for like the rest of the day. All right. If you have questions, please feel free to email me, text me, give me a call. I will, again, link a whole bunch of information for the eyebrow video if you were interested in really doing your eyebrows, contouring, all that good stuff. So thank you guys, and I am excited about the show. I look forward to a really good show on Saturday. So thank you very much.